This videotape is part of the Video Oral History Project of the Colony Public Library of the City of the Colony, Texas. This interview is with Mr. Harry Hunsicker of 202 Turtle Creek Village. Mr. Hunsicker is the owner of Hunsicker & Associates Incorporated. This interview has taken place at 202 Turtle Creek Village on April 25, 1985 at 4:30 p.m. My name is Susan Cartmill, and I am an interviewer for the Colony Public Library Video Oral History Project. Could you please state your name and tell us something about your background, such as where and when you were born, where you grew up, and places you lived?
All right, my name is Harry Hunsicker. I've lived in Dallas for 25 years. I came down here in 1959 and married my wife. Been married to the same young lady for 26 years this next month. I was born and raised in Akron, Ohio. Went to Oberlin College, have a master's degree from Harvard Business School. As I said, came down here and started to work with Fox and Jacobs in 1959, where I worked for about a year and a half.
Sounds like you had a pretty interesting life. Can you perhaps tell us a little bit about your occupation?
Yes, I'm a real estate appraiser who also does some real estate development. I have 10 appraisers and 6 young ladies assisting them in my business here. And I have about 500 apartments, 2 shopping centers with which you're familiar in the Colony, plus some other small properties in and around the Dallas, North Texas area.
I'm curious, you have so many different businesses and you seem to be pretty diversified. Why did you choose the Colony as the place to invest?
Well, the Colony came to me in the form of an invitation by Dave Fox, then chairman of the board of Fox and Jacobs, Inc., to serve on his newly formed municipal utility district in 1974 when he was getting ready to start the Colony. At that time, state law provides that anyone could serve on a utility district who had a piece of property within the confines of the district. There were no real experienced utility districts up here, so he went to Houston, hired a law firm down there, and started one up here, and asked 5 of his friends to serve on the initial board. Thereafter, we were voted upon by the residents of the Colony.
So your original investments in the Colony started out as being, or participation in the Colony, I should say, started out as being on the municipal utility board.
They started out accidentally from service on the utility board in 1974.
And from that, you just decided to invest?
Well, it wasn't quite that easy. After we got the utility district started in 1975 and 6, Fox and Jacobs did build a little stop and go that you now know on 423. And the question kept coming up at meetings and other times, why don't we have a grocery store out here? And Von Walden and others said, well, we've tried and we can't get one. I said, you mean Dave Fox can't get a grocery store or a supermarket out here? He said, no, he can't for some reasons. I said, well, I know how to get one. They said, well, if you do, go do it. So I did, and that's how I came to be involved with the Colony as a shopping center developer.
So your beginning was the shopping center Colony.
The Colony Square Shopping Center. Lots of mistakes were made with it. If you remember in 1978 when we started it, we were having high inflation, 20% interest rates. Costs were going up every day. We took shortcuts that we wouldn't have taken now. But at that time you were faced with a real money crunch, and so we were in a hurry to get it up. Unfortunately, we made a lot of mistakes.
Mistakes I'm sure you probably learned from since then.
Oh, absolutely. Our next one's going to be very, very much different, a lot better.
So you're still involved in the Colony as far as investing?
Yes, we have the 2 shopping centers, Colony Square and Peters Colony Shopping Center, and we will soon announce a 3rd shopping center with a super large 46,000 square foot Winn-Dixie superstore.
Right. Grocery store coming in. Let's talk a little bit about the Municipal Utilities District. You were appointed to the original board by Dave Fox?
That's right. All you had to do at that time to get started, because if you remember there was nobody living out there in the Colony area in 1974. I think there might have been 2 people living out there in mobile homes, but I don't believe there were really any people out there. And all the law required was that you own property to be able to be a member of the utility district. And I owned a little bit of land out there, so I qualified. And in 1975 or 6, they started electing people. I remember the first time we had an election, I won 2 votes to 1. It wasn't a very complicated election. I served until 1977, then I was defeated for re-election. I ran again in 79 and served until 83.
Did you feel that as an outsider, since you didn't live in the colony at the time, that you might have been an intruder by other people?
Not initially, not at all, but later on it became an issue. As I ran in 1979 and 81, it became an issue. And that's one of the reasons I decided not to run again in 1983. There was so much dirt, mud thrown about because I didn't live there. It didn't seem worth it to me. Also, it took a lot of time as the issues became more and more complex. As far as I'm concerned, the Colony Utility District has served its principal purpose. It has the best sewer system in that area of the county, and we have water from Dallas. So that we are assured of good water for a long time and enough sewer capacity to handle a town of 45,000 to 50,000 people plus industry. That is what the purpose of the district was.
You think you might get involved with the utility district in the future?
No, I joke with Bill Hall about running again, but I say I won't do it.
One of the investments that you've been involved in is the Colony Bank. And of course the first shopping center, which we've already talked about. You just recently sold the bank. Are you going to be getting involved anymore?
Well, let me explain about the bank. The bank came about more or less the same way that the that the shopping center came about. Right? The question came up: we need a place to put our funds from the utility district. Why don't we do something? So I said, well, let's start a bank. I'm sure I can figure out how to do one, and I went about it and organized a group of men who would invest money in the bank. Unknown to me, there were also 2 other groups interested in the same idea. So we merged all 3 groups and had one group raise $1.5 million in capital for the bank. Unfortunately, it was spread over 200, 250 shareholders, very few of whom had many dollars in it or much investment. Most of them were 50 and 100 shareholders. As a result, I found myself on an uncompensated basis spending an enormous amount of time explaining what was going on, telling them why we didn't get dividends or why we didn't earn more or why we did or didn't do this, that, and the other thing. And, I just felt that I could not keep spending that much time with no compensation. An opportunity came to sell the bank from Kenny Marchand, and we took it, made a profit. Probably would have done just as well had I invested my money in savings and loans.
Okay. So you don't think you're going to get involved in any more banks out there?
Not right now.
Are you primarily just going to stick with shopping centers?
Well, I'm going to try to do development out there in the form of this shopping center and any other opportunities that I see coming my way. There's certainly enormous demand out there. The future of the colony is super bright. We do have a great problem with Frisco, and I'm not sure I know how it's going to be resolved. But the colony has the ace in the hole. It's got the utility district, and Frisco doesn't have any place to put its sewage. We do. Ultimately, that's going to prevail.
Okay. What do you feel was your most significant contribution to the colony, other than the shopping center? Or do you feel like maybe that's your most significant?
I think either the shopping center or the bank, the initial decisions you made on the utility district were not momentous decisions. You were guided by engineers, lawyers, people of that type. As long as you do use poor judgment and go against their advice, there wasn't really much to do there. Your decisions were confined really to what color you're going to make the water tower and things like that. Probably putting up the bank or the shopping center. I'll change that. My most significant contribution to the colony, I was the initial chairman of the Planning and Zoning Commission for 2 years, and I wrote the first zoning ordinance. And I would say that was my hardest, most significant contribution. I understand it's been changed significantly since then. But I want to tell you, we worked hard to put that thing together.
Would you like to go back out and given the opportunity to work on the planning and zoning? Again?
Well, I can't legally.
Oh,
We didn't know that at the time, but I couldn't do what I was doing. And so
because you didn't live there?
I didn't live there, that's right. But I didn't know that was a requirement to do with the city council.
Oh, okay. What do you see for the future of the colony?
Well, I see it's tremendously bright. Sooner or later, somebody's going to do something with that IBM property. As you may or may not know, the IBM property is under a clause with Fox and Jacobs that if they're going to sell it, they're going to sell it back to Fox and Jacobs if they don't develop it within a certain period of time. And typically, IBM takes 5 or 6 years before they do any development, and 5 or 6 years about up. So I would personally be surprised if we didn't see some activity from IBM pretty soon. With Frito-Lay and EDS building the buildings out there, I think you'll see some tremendous growth. And up front, as you know, Fox and Jacobs has 722 acres along Highway 121, which will be extremely valuable, useful property. 121, in my opinion, is going to be the outer loop because it's already in place. There was an article in today's paper about that. And I think the colony's future is going to be very bright. The investment out there is going to be a winner.
So you're going to stick with it out there.
Stick with it, absolutely.
Any other comments you'd like to make about the colony or anything particular?
Well, I want to mention I do have a partner in these shopping centers. His name's Dale Bullock, but he's not ever been active or been high profile out there. I also want to say that shopping centers have not really been profitable because of years we've spent overcoming the mistakes we made in '78 when we built them. One of these days will pay off. Is there anything else I can answer for you? Or
Does your partner live out in the colony?
No, my partner lives right here in Dallas with me.
Okay. I don't have any other questions. I'd like to thank you for participating in our project and the opportunity to meet you. I've enjoyed it very much.
Okay, I'm glad to meet you, Susan. I do thank you for coming in and letting me say what I said. Thank you.
Thank you.